This is all part of Blade apparently, but I'm going to do a pre-ride mentality here because this is quite slick conditions I'm noticing right off the bat. Oh wow, big hugeness, huge berms of hugeness. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's quite humbling. That is just... Look at that sunlight bouncing through the trees. Oh, this is just absolutely stunning. Follow the chaps and just ignore the fact that there is a death sign there. This is Blade Descent, I believe. But again, pre-ride mentality. Let's not be cocky. This is definitely a lovely, lovely, lovely trail. I'm really excited to find out what they say at the trail centre as to if they will be investing in getting it all open again in the near future.
Hello you absolute legends, and thank you so much for joining me today. Well, my lovely friend here Jonathan invited me along to explore Afan Forest with his friend Gary, and I was absolutely blown away and hypnotised by yet more pure Welsh Gold. This is a local trail for them. They used to ride here all the time before they got their EMTBs, and now I can understand why. This is a magnificent day out, an incredible experience with lots of water features that made me smile for days afterwards. Still, it was also a bit of a sad day because even though the trails were incredibly well marked throughout the trail system, many of the trails were closed due to the tremendous and devastating storms that we'd had earlier in 2025. I'd like to say we got about 60% of the Blades and White Levels trails descents completed, and it was pretty devastating to see how mighty Mother Nature could be. Please know that this trail is time-stamped, and I've got part 2 coming soon for White's Levels. I just didn't want to make the video too long, as the trails are massive, so long, and just so much fun. So please, jump on board as I try to climb this magnificent trail system as we make our way to the trailhead, exploring some hiker bikes and trees down, and are hopefully going to capture the beauty of the descents on both the Blades and White Levels trails and show you what it's like to experience this fantastic, epic and most glorious trail centre.
One of the things I'm noticing right away here is that this is very single track, very tight and very technical and interesting, and oh, this is going to be quite a challenge, I think. Very exciting.
As I was making my way up this trail, looking back at the video now, it's fantastic to see just how beautiful the scenery is in the backdrop there. But of course I was concentrating on staying on the trail as carefully as I could because it was quite exposed. I could see if I had a whoops-a-daisy what would happen if I dropped down the trail. We also took a moment to stop and, as I like to say, smell the roses and just take in some of the beautiful vistas that this Welsh Gold had to offer. As I'm climbing up now on this side, you can see, I go over to the right hand side, these stunning views of what's below me. But of course, again, I'm concentrating on the trails. It's now that we can come across that first diversion as we're making our way to the top for the Blades Trail. And sadly, that meant we had some diversions in place. Fortunately, Johnathan and Gary knew this location really, really well. So even though the trail was diverted and it took a little bit of jiggery-pokery to find our way around, they managed to get past that section and onto an open area where we could start to descend the trails once again.
Right, well, I am sure I've seen this on YouTube, this section of trail. It's quite unique, isn't it? Very single tracky through what would have been, I'm sure, stunning forest. But for one reason or another, beyond my knowledge at the moment, I might have to do some research. That is no longer the case. Possibly due to felling for whatever purposes, or tree disease or something. But yeah, this must have been quite magical when all these trees were up. That's just stunning. Just meandering through this single track through a forest would be rather hypnotising.
Doing some research now, as I've shown on the screen, it was the larch disease that has caused these trees to be felled, and it looks like it might be encroaching a little bit further into the forest. Now, as we're heading out now towards the top there of the Blades descents and we're going down our first trail, I must apologise that I was so excited I didn't take the names of these trails in. So I will put some names in as I see them as the first or second descent. If you know what they are, please let me know and I will update the description for you, my friends.
Right then, this is all part of Blade apparently, but I'm going to do a pre-ride mentality here because this is quite slick conditions I'm noticing right off the bat. Yeah, see, that is yeah, I could see me going on a bit of a whoopsie-daisy if I'm not. Yeah, I don't trust. I can only apologise if I am going slow here for everyone, but this seems really slick, and I've made these mistakes before where I've come to a place thinking I know what I'm doing, and then all of a sudden I go over a trail in the wrong way. It's lush, but it's a bit loose for me, and I don't quite trust it yet. Of course, once I've been here for a year or two and done it a few times, that might be a bit different. But pre-ride mentality, err on the side of caution, slow wins the race. It's amazing, having just done Kunkan, the difference in the trail conditions, and I learnt that the hard way. Always, every time at a new location, treat it with respect and a pre-ride mentality. And this is quite loose, similar to Brecken's the Gap, but of course you're actually doing it on berms and corners. And I will take no shame in having a pre-ride mentality at a location that I don't know, particularly conditions that are, I believe, quite unique. Stunning, but quite unique. And this is my definition of a pre-ride of a trail. Yeah, lush. Yeah, I will tell you what, chaps, I'm glad I did that, because that is,
it was loose, wasn't it?
it's something I'd have to come here a lot to see how far I could push it.
This stuff hurts.
Yes. The thing is, it's like Kumkan, where it's that loose, but you're going in a straight line there. You're not going around a berm or a corner. Look at that big Bertha.
Horses on those, they're bowing at the end.
Now I'm up with these guys, I can try and follow their line a little bit. You'll see how John had his outside leg down then, which I think is absolutely how I'm going to ride all of these berms. Outside leg down. Yeah. All day long. And even these guys who really know what they're doing and not pushing it, that I feel is quite humbling, because they have said how unique the conditions are. But yet again, another new location for me to tick off my bucket list. Oh, awesome sauce.
You've heard me say on this channel many times before that I do believe group rides equals more fun and group rides equals progression, and I think the progression here is having people like Gary and Jonathan who know this trail centre really well. The brilliant situation is that even if we come across a part of a trail being closed, they will actually help us to traverse across this stunning Welsh Gold to get to the next section where we can have a little bit of fun. And boy howdy are we about to have some fun on a trail section called Helter Skelter. What they described as similar to something you might find at Whistler Bike Park. Oh my gosh, it really was hilarious, great fun, giggles, and I can't wait to get back to try this section and session it again and again and again. I hope you can jump on board to Helter Skelter. If you've experienced it, please share me your videos and feedback on how you felt about it the first time you rode it, because it clearly is an absolutely stunning section of trail.
Helter Skelter. Oh wow, big hugeness. Huge berms of hugeness. Oh my gosh, that was some large portions. Oh, oh, oh. Lushness, lushness. I want to do this all day, like all day. Right, can we just do that again all day? Can we, no seriously, can we just do that all day? That was amazing. Absolutely superb.
More like Whistler than Wales.
That. Oh my God, that was gold.
That's the only bit like it on the entire trail.
I don't care, that's just made my week, that has.
Yeah.
Now, that is some serious uprooting. I mean, holy crikey. That is Mother Nature kicking buttocks there. Wow. That's actually quite, oh my gosh, that's quite humbling. That is just, wow.
This really was a humbling experience and also a magical experience, if I might say, to go around these once great giants that have been knocked down by the recent storms. And the hiker bike was, I actually felt a bit of an adventure on its own. I felt so terrible going around these beautiful trees to get back onto the trail again, and I'm really hoping I can explore this area again when the trails are fully open. And again, if any of you have any footage or videos you can send me as a link of what it was like when these trails are fully open, I'd really love to have a look at them and follow you on your journey.
You can see the chaps going off in the distance there, but I just wanted to take a moment to just say, look, this is just incredible. This is another new location for me, and although there's been a lot of hiker bike, this is a much more sort of location, isn't it? It's much more rugged, I feel might be the correct term. I words fail me because it's just, oh, it's just awesomeness. Bimble, 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 down blade. Oh, that might leave a mark. Ooh, ruggedness. Flowy ruggedness. Oh, wow. Look at that sunlight bouncing through the trees. Oh, this is just absolutely stunning. Oh my goodness. I'm just in absolute awe at the beauty of this country. Wales never fails. Right, next section to find out where the next tree has come down, bless. Such a tremendous shame. Really is. But still, quite a magical location this, isn't it? I must say. Bit of a pre-ride mentality. I don't want to be silly and cocky. First time here. Sort of trying to read the berms and seeing that if they're that well planted, should I just trust them? I can just, honestly, I could just see how I would probably just be beaming from ear to ear if this was in its entirety. It's just ridiculously beautiful.
Well, I'm going to let you into a little bit of a secret. As I'm getting a bit more confident now with video editing and with the mountain biking community, I actually was born in Wales, and maybe that's why I'm really so hypnotised and loving this Welsh countryside. Maybe it's calling me home a little bit. I had an amazing time, and I'm so fortunate that the group ride of progression I experienced was having Johnathan and having Gary with me to help traverse these trails, find our way around when these diversions were in place and these beautiful trees were taken down, and I still had an epic time. I'm not going to lie to you, I concentrated so much that I didn't really say much on the remaining descents here because they were so technical, so beautiful and so humbling. I just wanted to take up every single moment.
This has got one heck of a personality change, this trail. It's just everything you could ever want and more. Stunning forest, gnarly descent, chunky monkey trails, technical climbs. Oh, that was a bit of a holy clean underwear moment. Didn't know how that was going to end up. Oh yeah, look at this lushness. Wow. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. No. Follow the chaps and just ignore the fact that there is a death sign there. This is blade descent, I believe. But again, pre-ride mentality. Let's not be cocky. sensible. Yeah, I'm not going to be an idiot and think I know what I'm doing here at all. Oh, I say, oh, slaty droppiness. It looks like I've got more of them coming up as well. Oh, wow. Oh, yes. Lushness. Yeah, this is such a unique and wonderful trail. I can only imagine that when the whole thing is open, it's an absolute dream come true. Just wondering, we're going to ask when we get back down, if the bike shop knows if this is actually going to get, you know, worked on and reopened again. Well, I'm going to take that as a win. Okay, down again. Johnathan just said, let's get my foot in. Okay, oh, I say, technical gnar. Now I can only imagine that would be a different kettle of fish if it was wet. Oh, I could have probably done that, but that's okay. There's always another time. Oh, chunky gnar. Oh, I say. Oh, this definitely is rather descendy, isn't it? Feature packed, one might say. Oh, gnarly. Oh, well, that's, my apologies for the squeakage. If you can hear it, I'm hoping you can't, and the mic's not picking it up. There's Johnathan in front of me there. Gary's waiting up ahead. This is the definition of continual chunky monkiness. Rocky feature. And then hike a bike. Now that has one hell of a personality, doesn't it? Okay. Nope. Okay. Let's do it. Oh, yes. That is quite a cheeky start, isn't it? Yes, I say. Yeah, that is quite an interesting one. I actually had my feet in the pedals, slipped, my foot came out, but I did it anyway. Yeah. This is definitely a lovely, lovely, lovely trail. I'm really excited to find out what they say at the trail centre as to if they will be investing in getting it all open again in the near future. Oh, that was a quite awkward one actually. Rock garden. Oh yeah. My apologies, but the level of concentration here. Oh yes. This is where I think bike body separation really comes into play. I've got about 800 miles on my darling bike now, and I'm still learning a lot with her, but I do feel I've also learnt a lot. Now I don't know quite, yeah, that wasn't very well taken, but doesn't matter, first time. Nar! Nar! This is just pure lushness. I think, having ridden in Wales quite a lot recently, it's been great practice, and this is even more practice on riding round on this Welsh Gold. This is where you cut your teeth, I think, in learning how to ride unique, beautiful personalities in trail conditions. Oh, now that is staying in the edit. Wow. Wipe the lens again. I've got to be honest with you, my right leg is actually shaking. Oh, now this is dirty gnarliness. Wow. Wow.
I would like to say a huge thank you to both Johnathan and Gary for allowing me to join them on this epic Afan adventure, proving once again Wales never fails. Pure Welsh Gold, a stunning location that I cannot wait to go back to again and again and again. I'm going to be sharing more content of the descent that we had on White's Levels. I didn't want to make the video too long, but this was the Blades video and the scenery that we had after the devastating storms. If you have any content you could share with me of what the trail was like before the storms in 2025, I'd love to see it and follow you on your journey. My friends, I'm going to share now a little bit of a cheeky bit of a speech from Martin Sheen, the wonderful Welsh actor, with some content about Wales never failing for me. And until next time, as always, my friends, I wish you many, many happy trails.
Amar o hyd, amar o hyd. I hear the voices singing. Speed your journey, boys, boys bach. One nation, singing with one voice. A song of hope, a song of courage, a victory song that floats through the valleys like a red mist, rolls over the mountaintops like crimson thunder. A red storm is coming to the gates of Qatar. It crackles with the spirit of 58 and Jimmy Murphy's boys. It turns the pages of the history books and finds Rob's page, waiting, still to be written. What would you write in there, boys? Dare you write your names on that page? We haven't waited 64 years and come halfway around the world to be troubled by a neighbour from back home. When the English come knocking on our door, let's give them some sugar, boys! Let's give them some Welsh sugar! They've always said we're too small, we're too slow, we're too weak, too full of fear. But Amar o hyd, you sons of speed, as they fall around us, we're still here!